I had the privilege. My first ever Progress show was in Birmingham, March 2019. And like I say, coming up 4 years ago, and it's my first ever Progress show, chapter 86. We was all ready for the start of the show, and there was a dark match. Out comes yourself. Fantastic. First time seeing Beano in the ring. Let's see what he has to offer, and who should be your opponent. But at the time, he was the NXT UK champion, Pete Dunne, coming out in his hometown. It was a dark match, so you won't see this anywhere. So the fans inside the O2 in Birmingham had the privilege of seeing this. But the pop that Pete Dunne got when he came out through them curtains, and the match that you two put on, I will remember, for the rest of my days. And like I said to you before we went live, that match, that pop, just seeing you and Pete Dunne, completely unexpected appearance from Pete Dunne as well. Obviously, he was doing Progress a favour, signed to WWE, the NXT UK champion. But take us back to that time. I mean, first of all, and I think if we had a question about that, let's have a quick look. Here we go from Ashley Clements, friend of the show, fan of yours. How did you find out you were going to be working Pete Dunne at Progress in Birmingham? So I think Ashley was there as well. Give us your side of events, because it was an awesome day.
Yeah, it was a mad day, absolutely crazy day. So in fact, I'll take you over the course of the weekend. So whatever day that fell on, whether it was a Saturday or a Sunday, the week before, I knew that there was a gang of us going to help out at a Progress show in Birmingham. I knew what it entailed. There's normally just like setting the chairs up, setting the ring up, being ringside during the show, and making sure the rest of the cat's safe and whatnot, and making sure the crowd are happy, and and making sure everything's in line. So it's like, yeah, that's fine. But the day before, I had a rave that I had booked for months with some family and some friends of mine. So I thought, that's fine. I can go to the rave and then I can go to Progress the next day. That's fine. Like I'm just doing the ring crew, so it'd be fairly easy. I'll get like a half decent sleep, and if I have to sleep on the way up there, I'll sleep on the way up there. That's fine. Whatever. Go to Bristol. Go to the rave. Get back at stupid o'clock in the morning. Don't get much sleep. Wake up after a few hours of sleep, and then Brendan was come to pick me up from Newport. So whatever. Get up, have a shower, get dressed, and whatnot. We were meeting Brendan. So I was meeting Brendan somewhere. So I got to the end of my drive, and a tree had fallen down over my drive because it was terrible weather that evening or that morning. I was like, Brendan, like again, I was still completely pissed at this time. I was like, Brendan, I'll tell you what, mate, I'm just gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home, and I'll just message whoever it is to apologise and say that I can't make it. And Brendan, thankfully, and honestly, I can never thank Brendan enough for being like, don't be stupid, I'm coming to pick you up now. It's like, oh, first, okay. So Brendan then left our meetup, our pickup point, and he drove to Newport then to come and grab me for the Progress show. So we drove up there, and I was progressively getting better during the day. I was fine. I was having some water and whatnot, and we stopped off a few times to get a few bites to eat on the way up to the O2. Anyway, we got there. We did the ring crew, set the chairs up, set the tables up, set the ring and all. Got all the room looking proper and tidy. And then before the show, they were like, "Look, you got an hour. If you want to go grab a bite to eat, go and grab a bite to eat. Have a walk in the city, do what you want to do. Go grab a drink or something." So sure, whatever. A small group of us went for a walk to like the town, just grab some food and stuff. So after a rave, I'm thinking, lovely, gonna go here now and get some chips, some chicken nuggets, maybe a kebab, and a can of Coke. You know what I mean? I was laughing. I was thinking, that's great. So
all the unhealthy stuff, yeah.
They went that weekend. They all went out the window. But that's lovely. I'm gonna take us back now. I'm gonna sit down. And I sit down ringside now and eat my chips and all before I ring through the show. So I walk back in, and since we've been gone, a few more people have turned up. I noticed Pete was there. Walked past, gave him a fist bump, said hello, and then sat down, had my food. As I was eating my food, it's like chips and like garlic mayo dripping down me. It was great. I looked over, and next to the ring there was Pete and Damien Dunne chatting. Again, I wasn't really taking much notice. I was being observant, just looking around what was going on. I noticed Pete chatting to Damien. And then as I look up and look at the pair of them, I see them both look at me at the same time. And it's when you know someone's talking about you without actually knowing that they're talking about you, you think like, okay, I look back down my food, I'm thinking like, right, I'm thinking too much about this now. So I carry on eating my food, and then I see that they disband, Pete goes one way, Damien starts walking towards me. In the first question Damien asked, before even saying hello to me, because I hadn't said hello to him yet, he came over and asked if I had my gear on me. And I sort of looked at him with like a mouthful of food and was like, yeah, why? He was like, put your food down because Pete said he wants to wrestle you before the show.
Mate.
And I was like, nah. Nah. No, he didn't. Like, I was like, Damien, shut up. But you know what I mean? Because I'm on quite close terms with Damien. He's a good geezer. And I was like, oh, shut up, Damien. You know what I mean? Sit down. But now he was like, Harry, I'm being serious. Like, I can kind of tell, because he is a very jokey geezer, and he was being dead serious. So at this point now, I was thinking, oh, okay, I got to put his food down. And then it was all kind of like, I heard it here, I heard it there, but nothing was official. No one had actually come up to me and told me that this was happening. So now we're about half an hour before the show starts. I'm thinking, right, no one's told me. I've got my Progress ring crew jacket on. I'm ready to ring crew. I thought it was just like him taking a piss. I thought nothing of it, whatever. So before the show starts, I pop to the toilet. I'm thinking like, that's weird that was said. That's really odd that he came up to me and say something like that. Whatever. As I leave the toilet, one of the other ring crew boys are walking towards me, and he said, "It's happening." And I looked at him at the same time. I was like, "What is happening?" He's like, "Yeah, it's happening. Get your gear." I was like, "Mate, the show starts in like half an hour." So Brendan was like, "Right, I'm going to go and get your gear." So Brendan sprinted all the way to the car park that was like 10, 15 minutes away to grab my suitcase, bring my suitcase back. I got taken backstage to have a chat with Pete about the match and whatnot. And yeah, from there we probably had about 20 minutes, literally. I got suited and booted and ready to go. And yeah, and then the fridge door opened.
Unbelievable. And as I said, just being a spectator, let's say it was completely unexpected to see Pete Dunne come through them curtains. When his music started, the place just erupted. You would have been in the ring by that point. You must have had some pretty big goosebumps on your arms when Pete Dunne's music started, and that pop. I'll never forget that pop for as long as I live.
Yeah, it was crazy. I remember being stood in the corner of the ring. And as the music hit, even within like a second, obviously, all the Birmingham fans all know as soon as the first note hit of his song, the first like bit of bass hit in the O2 Academy, the floor's rumbling, the cheers are going. And I remember Brendan was like ring crewing on my corner of the ring, so he was on like my ring post, about 3 or 4 yards away. And as that happened, I normally keep my character pretty well, but I broke. I broke. I must say that broke me. So I turned and looked at Brendan, and I kind of pulled like a oh shit, like uh-oh. But it's all awesome memories. They're all great memories, all wicked memories.
Absolutely.